Good morning and welcome to Yoga from the Park. I'm Tricia Brock, and this morning we're just going to do a little bit of yoga. I've got a nice simple practice moving our body in different directions. We'll do a little breath and we'll have a little fun. So go ahead and just come to an easy pose, Tsukasana, crisscross the legs or maybe take them out long. Maybe you want a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips to take a little pressure off the hip flexors. Just find a comfortable place. And once you've found it, allow yourself just to soften your gaze or maybe close your eyes and take a few breaths just to notice where you are in this space. Notice how your body's feeling this morning. Begin to let things soften and relax. And then slowly with an exhale, let your chin come down towards your chest and begin to roll your head from side to side. Nothing too fancy, nothing too deep, just a gentle movement. And the next time that your head comes to the left side, reach your right arm away, turn your palm over to the ceiling or the sky. And release it, rolling to the other side. And release it back to the center. Go ahead and inhale, lift your gaze, and then roll your shoulders back, up, and forward. I know that feels a little awkward, but do that a couple times. And then take it in the other direction, which then feels really good. And then go ahead and bring your hands out beside you and come up nice and tall onto the sit bones, rolling the shoulders back over the hips. We're going to inhale, the arms sweep up, interlace our fingers, and flip our palms to the ceiling. Deep inhale, and with your exhale, roll through the spine, bringing the hands down in front. And then inhale, reach it forward, dive the chest forward, bring it back up and overhead. And exhale. A seated cat pose. Inhale. And let's take it one more time. And this time as we come up, we're going to exhale, releasing the hands, gently twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, look back over the shoulder. And with an inhale, bringing the hands back up and overhead in the center. Exhale to the other side. Once again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to look back. Inhale, bring the hands back up and overhead. Exhale, release them down behind your back. Interlace your fingers if that's available, or just bring them to the low back. And then roll the heart forward. Press the fingertips towards the ground. Let your gaze go up just a little bit, opening the chest. And then release it. So let's bring hands around in front. And just bringing your hands under your shoulders, hips over the knees. Take a couple cat-cows here in this traditional position. Just back and forth. Drawing the belly in as you arch into cat and reversing it in cow. And then come to neutral. Tuck your toes. We're going to come into a bent knee downward facing dog. So keeping the knees bent, just lift the knees a little bit and then shift the hips back. Bringing the head between the biceps and then slowly open up the legs and begin to pedal the heels. Bend the right knee deeply, press into the left heel, and then switch sides. Then inhale, lift high onto the balls of both feet, and exhale, slowly lower your heels towards the mat. Don't worry if they touch or not. And then inhaling, just walk your feet up behind your hands. We're going to come into an easy forward fold and take ragdoll pose. So hands come to opposite elbows. And just begin to add a little movement, a little sway front to back or side to side. And just think about each movement drawing your spine longer, or maybe the weight of your head pulling your spine long. And release your hands to the mat. Lengthen your legs, walk the hands in a little closer. And then soften the knees once again and slowly roll up. Sweep your arms out to the side and bring them all the way up and overhead. Just finding length in the body. And then exhale, draw your hands down to heart center. Inhale, sweep it overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to pass the hands through heart center all the way down. Inhale, gazing, an easy one, hands to the shins, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your feet back to plank position. And anytime we're in plank, you are welcome to bring your knees to the mat. Take just a breath here. And then with your next exhale, go ahead and drop the knees down and lower all the way to the mat. We're going to sweep our hands back beside our hips and inhale, lift. Locust pose, Shalavasana. Toes lift if that works for your body. If it increases tension in the lower back, to keep the feet. And from here, we'll take the left ear towards the left shoulder and come back to the center. Right ear to right shoulder and back to the center. One more inhale, just a little bit further, and exhale, release. Take a kneeling push-up and make your way back to downward facing dog. Taking just a moment in downward facing dog. And with your inhale, traveling forward, walk or step your feet up behind your hands. Exhaling down, forward fold. Inhale, gazing, a half lift, long through the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way up to the top. At the top, interlace your fingers once again. Flip your palms to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the hands down behind your back. Just a little back bend through the top. Inhale, press it back up to the center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center, releasing the hands. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep it overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the mat. And once again, walk or step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Feel free to drop knees first on the way down. And this time we're going to take our hands a little wider and maybe come to cupcake hands, or you can have your hands flat, it's up to you. But I want you to roll the shoulders forward just a little bit. And then go ahead and put a little weight into the hands, but just lift a little bit. So your torso is still doing most of the work. Take a breath here. And exhale, come back down. We're coming in again. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. This time come up a little bit higher. And from here, we're going to take a nice shoulder stretch. So with your next exhale, let the right shoulder drop down towards the mat just a little bit, opening the chest slightly to the right, or the left, sorry. And with the next inhale, come back to the center and lift. And then exhale to the other side. Inhale and lift to the center. Exhale, release it down. Hands draw back in beside the chest. Make your way back to downward facing dog. And that can be a full push-up or a kneeling push-up, whatever suits you today. Reaching the hips a little higher in downward facing dog. Take your gaze to your belly button for just a moment. Lengthen out the back of your neck. And then inhale, travel forward. Walk, step, or float your feet up behind your hands. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way up. On the exhale, bend your elbows, lift your heart just a little bit. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's take one more round. Inhale, sweep it overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale to plank, walk, step, or jump. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Just roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Exhale, release it down. We'll come in again. Inhale, low cobra. If it feels good and you want to lengthen out the arms, go right ahead. Anywhere along that path is fine. But take a full breath and let it peak on an inhale. Then breathe. Make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, walk, step, or float your feet up behind your hands, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Back bend of your choice at the top. So you can bend the elbows, you can leave the arms long, but take a full breath wherever you decide to be. Then inhale, reach it high, and exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep it overhead. Exhale, release your hands down behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. So go ahead and soften the knees. Let the hands reach away from the low back and fall forward. We're just reaching into the front side of the shoulders. So if you're really feeling hamstrings, soften the knees a little bit more. And then with your exhale, bring your hands to the low back and gently release them to the mat. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right foot back. And we're just coming into a lunge for a moment. So make sure that your feet are hip width distance apart from each other. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen the front leg. And then exhale, sink back into the lunge, bringing that knee just about over the ankle. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, sweep open to the left. Hug that front knee right into the center line and let your eyes follow the top hand. One more inhale. And exhale, release the hands to the mat. Draw the back foot in just a little and drop your heel down. We're coming into warrior one. So when you're ready, just come on up. We'll leave those arms down beside us. And from here, I like to just pair a little bit of movement with breath to help us keep that focus. So we're going to inhale and lengthen the front leg, sweep the hands up and overhead. And exhale, sink it right back down into the lunge. Inhale, bring it up. Keep the core strong. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, sweep it high. This time as we come down into the lunge, we're going to bring the arms out to a T. And holding right here for a moment, inhale, draw the hands back just a little bit, open the chest. And then with your exhale, draw the arms in. Left arm is going to pass under the right arm, and we're going to wrap it right into eagle arms. If that doesn't feel good, just bring your hands together. From here, reach the elbows away from your chest as if you're creating a little space between your chest and your hands. And then slowly, keeping your elbows right where they are, tip your fingertips to the left. And you're going to reach into that right shoulder. Come back to the center. Take it to the other side. Come back to the center. Inhale, lift it just a little bit of a back bend, and exhale, release. Let the hands come down. Inhale, sweep them up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, fold it over, hands frame the front foot. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, melt the upper body right over it. So you've come right into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Just let the upper body relax. Keep a little micro bend in that front knee. Draw the right hip forward. And from here, with your next exhale, slowly add the bend back in the front knee and lift that back heel. We're going to bring both hands to the inside of the front foot and gently lower the right knee down to the mat. We're going to go right into lizard pose, a little hip opener. So start with the knee about over the ankle, and I just moved mine out to the side a little bit to allow a little more space for my hips. You're welcome to do the same or just see how it feels as you go. Spine a little bit, and then with your next exhale, gently let the hip open, letting the knee fall out to the side, and I'm just rolling right over the pinky toe. And from here, you're welcome to work down to forearms, or you're welcome to stay up high. This is one of many variations to lizard pose. But just work with your breath a little bit. Think about sinking in, letting go of tension right where you're feeling it on the exhales. And from here, we're going to slowly draw that knee back in underneath you. If you're down on your forearms, go ahead and come up to your hands first. So just shift the hips back, sweep that knee back to marry the other, and coming to all fours, take a couple passes through cat and cow. So just exhale, tip the tailbone down, roll through the spine, and inhale. Tailbone comes up, belly down, heart floats between the biceps. Just back and forth. And then coming to neutral, make your way to downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting the knees, shifting the hips up and back. And from here, inhale, travel forward. Walk, step, or float your feet up behind your hands. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Again, back bend of your choice at the top or no back bend at all, whatever you like. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, rise high. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. So we're in a low lunge on the right side. Inhale, lengthen the front leg. Exhale, sink into your lunge. Plant the left hand down. Inhale, sweep open to the right. Let your eyes follow the top hand. Even breath. And with your exhale, return your hands to the mat. Draw the back foot in just a little bit. And inhale, we're coming up warrior one legs. Arms are staying down. And taking just a moment, finding your footing, a stable base. Left hip tucks forward just a little bit. And then let's flow with our breath. Inhale, lengthen the front leg, reach it high. Exhale, sink it in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time up. This time exhaling into the knee bend, but bringing the arms to a T. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, draw the arms in. Right arm passes under the left. Eagle arms or any variation is fine. And reach those elbows away from the chest. And using the elbows as the pivot point, slowly tip your fingertips to the right. And bring them back to the center. And tip them to the left. And bring them back to the center. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, release it down. And inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale, high. Exhale, fold it over. Hands frame the front foot. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, melt the upper body. Feel free to adjust your feet all you need to square the hips forward. And for me, that always means stepping my foot out a little closer to the edge of the mat. Just notice your body and where you are. And let your head relax. So look back towards the kneecap. And with your next exhale, gently add the bend back in the front knee and lift the back heel. Bring both hands to the inside of the front foot and gently lower your left knee down to the mat. We'll move into lizard on the right side. So once again, just set yourself up and lengthen your spine. And with an exhale, gently release the hip, letting it open up out to the side, rolling over the pinky toe. And you're welcome to move in a little deeper, bringing your forearms down to the ground, or you can stay right here where I am. But just notice that place where you're feeling the tension, wherever it's the tightest. I want you to think about the warmth of your breath traveling to that spot, just kind of softening it up a little bit, allowing it to open a little bit further. If you are down on your forearms, make your way back up to your hands, and then let's all draw the knee back in underneath our chest. From here, we're going to step back to all fours once again. And I love a little cat-cow at any point in the practice, so let's just take a couple cat-cows. It's also a really good way to come back to the rhythm of your breath if you've lost it. And then coming to neutral, we'll sweep our feet around to the front of the mat. Okay, and for this, I'm going to turn sideways just because I think it'll be a little easier to see what we're doing here. But we're going to work our way all the way down to the mat so that we can hit the outer hip a little bit. And we're going to come into just a reclined pose, feet in towards the body, but not super close. Knees in line with the hips. Let's take the left foot up, and we're going to cross the ankle over the thigh, so figure four stretch. Keep that top foot bent. For a moment, just allow yourself to open the hip out to the side. And then if you like, you can thread through, draw the other leg in. And then we're going to take it into a little twist. So from here, We're going to bring the right hand up to the ankle. The left hand is going to come out to the side, and we're going to slowly lower the legs over to the right side of the body. And look away to the left. If this is too intense, just take that top leg and let it rest on top of the bottom leg. A little twist, a nice little stretch through the hip. And then we'll release it just by letting go of the top leg. And then without a lot of effort, just lift the knees up and walk back to center. Inhale the right leg up, cross the ankle over the thigh. Take the right arm out to the side. Oops, actually we should do the little stretch first. So draw it in if you want to. Open the hip, draw it in. And then the twist. Sorry, I get excited about the twist. So we'll take the right arm out to the side, left hand to the foot, drawing it over, just rolling through the hips and then taking the gaze to the right. And once again, just adjust it so that it feels good for you. And then we're going to release that top leg just on the bottom leg. And once again, with as little effort as possible, simply lift the knees, walk back to the center. And from here, draw your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze. And we're going to press our feet right up over the hips and maybe tuck a hand underneath each side. Close your eyes or just gently soften your gaze or gently look down and take 3 deep breaths right here. Not a lot of effort, just a little breath. Then release one hand and the other. Draw your knees into your chest and just take a few circles with the knees in one direction and then in the other. And then set your feet down on the mat and slide them away from your body, each foot out towards its corner. Roll your shoulders back to the mat and let your palms roll open to the sky so that you can release the shoulders a little bit further. You stay right there, but I'm going to go ahead and come on up and just take a few breaths right there. Just notice the warmth of your practice. Notice how your body is feeling. And then I'll let you take Shavasana on your own so you can stay as long as you like. But let go of your practice, let go of your breath, and just allow yourself to enjoy the stillness that you've created. Thank you all for practicing with me today. Namaste.